Alright, welcome to another Falcon BMS video. Alright, so here we are, 157th.
Goblin 5-1. We are heading home.
Alright, quick couple of things. One, I am accepting this mission in this area. So this is kind of the last pocket of SAM sites that is left down in this area, at least from what we know. Okay, so this SAM site is really just, it's not a threat because it doesn't have any sensors. Anyway. So that's the first thing. Dead mission right up in this area. It appears that it'll be an SA3 site that we're looking to get rid of. And then also, we'll just adjust the plot line a smidge to reflect the area that we're going to be flying over. So you have a lot of activity right here in the DMZ in the center. So we'll see how that goes. What looks like an offensive here on kind of the western side of the DMZ. And we'll see how we can respond to that. But right now the focus is opening up the path to other flights up in this area. So we can also take a look at the remaining radar sites that are active, the really serious radar sites. And in the center here, we don't have a lot of those purple threat circles. There's a little bit over here, but for the majority, a lot of the packages that have been sent out kind of in the center here have largely been taken care of. And now it's the cleanup work to allow the way for the next phase, which is concentrating on logistics, supplies, fuel, ground, things of that nature. So if we take a look at the force levels, air defenses kind of took, I mean, they weren't really getting focused on here toward the end of day one, and we're going to hit day two in just a moment. And then aircraft, as we could see, the yellow bar went straight up for reinforcements, and you're going to see why here in just a moment, because that's item number 2. Now, right now, it's currently 2300 hours Zulu time, or 8 a.m. local time. In day 2, something's going to happen, because I was going to time compress and then start recording right before the start of the mission at 2 a.m. Zulu time, which is about like almost 11 o'clock, I think. Anyway, here we go.
Gator 1-1. Splash 1. Dart 1-1. Let's go home. Ejecting. Goblin 2-2. Attacking ground target. Bullseye 0-7-1-8-3.
Jump 4-1. Attacking ground target. Bullseye 3-2-4-7-3.
Another.
Air raid sirens blared across South Korean cities after China's entrance into the war reinforced the North's faltering air forces. People moved calmly off the streets and into shelters to wait out the incoming airstrikes. At an emergency security session, South Korea recalled its ambassador to Peking, while its army braced itself against the waves of Chinese infantry heading to the front.
Right on target. Weasel 7-1. We are RTB.
So why don't you
Just like Beggar's Canyon back home.
So why don't you just let y'all see that little cutscene there, now that you have an update of what's going on in the campaign. And again, this is just the start of day 2, and as you can see, the J-Star, or not the J-Stars, but the force levels. So now we have Chinese Air Force somewhere up in here, about to either transfer aircraft lower somewhere in here, or they're just going to take some really long sorties down to the south portion of Korea here. So we'll see how that pans out for right now. Okay, now let's time compress until about 2...
Chalice 6. Radar contact. Bullseye 0-8-7-1-2-6-18,000. Chalice 6, radar contact, bullseye. 0, 6, 9, 1, 0, 0, 18,000.
On target.
Jolly 1, 2, attacking ground target, bullseye. 0, 6, 0, 3, 0. Chalice 6, radar contact, bullseye. 2, 5, 0, 5, 1, 21,000. Falcon 4, 1, in. Chalice 6, radar contact, bullseye. 2, 5, 5, 4, 8, 21,000. Rooster 5, 1, we are heading home. Lancer 6, 1, in. Chalice 6, radar contact, bullseye. 0, 4, 3, 8, 9, 16,000. Rescue 1, 1, we are heading home. Chalice 6, radar contact, bullseye. 2, 4, 5, 6, 0, 21,000. Spade 1, 1, in. Weapons on target. Chalice 6, be advised, enemy aircraft launch activity detected, bullseye. 0, 5, 5, 9, 4.
On target.
Alright, now, I don't know if you've noticed, but take a look here. We see there are a lot of cast sorties going on right here. And along with a lot of those cast missions right here at the DMZ, we can also observe that the enemy is getting pushed back. I mean, we're having good progress here, getting set up across the DMZ. I mean, it does say buffer zone, but let's call it for what it is. That's the DMZ. And I think too, this little offensive here got stopped. This is kind of getting under control here. And I don't... Okay. Yeah, none of those look like anti-air. I'm also having second thoughts about this dead mission out here. I see a lot of enemy aircraft patrolling this area. I'm not sure if we're gonna make it and do what we're supposed to do. We'll try. I just don't have good confidence unless there are others coming along. Alright, so we're getting close. It's 1:37 Zulu time.
Right on the button.
Blackjack 2, 1, let's go home. Rescue 5, 2, attacking ground target, bullseye. 2, 0, 0, 7.
Let's see what
Area
it looks
1,
like
1, in.
quarter after 2.
Hit in the silk. Chalice 6, radar contact, bullseye. 0, 6, 9, 1, 1, 4, 21,000. Chalice 6, radar contact, bullseye. 0, 6, 9, 1, 1, 5, 21,000. Hit. Chalice 6, radar contact, bullseye. 0, 3, 0, 4, 3, 16,000.
We'll stop there.
Chalice 6, radar contact, bullseye. 3, 6, 0, 4, 6, 16,000.
Alright, quick save.
Scratch one bad guy.
Weapons on.
Alright, listen up.
Dead on.
So briefing, we are going to be Gamble 4. Devil 5 is going to be the, it looks like F-15s that'll be coming behind us. Once we get rid of the radars, they'll take care of the launchers itself. And we are looking for the SA-3s. So now we know what we're looking for. So 19,000 at the pre-IP and about 20,000 at the IP. So 20,000 feet. And then 22,000 for when we cruise out there. And then 20,000 feet coming back. Intraflight is going to be on channel 15 this time instead of 16. Comms ladder looks the same. Tactical is going to be on channel number 6. And we have our general IFF and then our link 16 for not only Gamble 4-2, but then also the Devil Flight in this package. Weather's supposed to be sunny. Wind is supposed to be at 190 at 1 knot by the time we get back, and then 155 at 0 knots. So pretty light. And again, I'd expect weather to come in either midway through day 2 or as we get into day 3, I think is when we start seeing some weather, some clouds coming in. And I think there might be a storm forecast as well on day 3 or 4. Gonna take advantage of the sunny weather while we have it, because it's all about the weather. Alright, that's the briefing. Let's go to the data cartridge and make sure that Link 16 is loaded, IFF is loaded, and the current comms plan is loaded as well. Save. Harm info is already submitted, or not submitted, but set up for me. Loadout. Alright, so we do have aim 9s, we have heaters, we have slammers, we got the two magnums, 2 harm missiles, and then 2 fuel tanks, 370 gallons per tank. Should last us the mission. Alright, time to go into the pit. Let's get it done.
Chalice 6, radar contact, bullseye. 068 115 21,000. Panther 61, in. Jackal 71, in. Chalice 6, radar contact, bullseye. 068 109 19,000. Bulldog 12, splash 1, splash 1.
There we go. What? I said to turn the pilot model off. Oh well. Okay. Battery test done. Fuel to norm. Air source to norm. I'll go ahead and close the canopy. JFS start 2. Okay. We've been here before. We're waiting for 20% or 25% RPM, and then we'll get the throttle out of the detent, introduce the fuel flow. Alright. We are hitting 20%. Secondary caution light extinguished. We're waiting for 25. And there's 25. Throttle out of the detent. The secondary caution light should extinguish itself, and then now we're just going to make sure that our the turbine internal temperature, the F-tit, doesn't pass 700 degrees. Right, so we're getting a 50% RPM. JFS just turned itself off. There's electrical systems, hit 60%. Now we're just concerned about temperature. We're at about 650 degrees. 700 degrees, and done. All right. Yeah, they don't have the HAD for this, do they? So we have to use the regular modes, or I should say equation of motion, EOM. Okay, so Flickus bit test. The heck? That I've never seen before. Alright, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this plane back to maintenance.
Banshee 7, Chalice 6, via.
Alright, we're going to stop. So that's the one we were going to fly. The Block 52. Okay. Just reload the data cartridge with the updated stuff, just to make sure. Okay. Now that we got that sorted out, we're going to give it a second try.
Gunhog 2-1, Splash 1. Satan 4-1, in. Panther 6-1, in. Jackal 7-1, in. Rescue 7-1, we are heading home. Chalice 6, radar contact, bullseye 0, 6, 7, 1, 0, 8, 19,000.
Okay, let's try this again with a new jet. I mean, that's why you do all these tests. Everything is set up and ready to go, and then we're going to close canopy. Okay, yeah. That's all we need, and then JFS start 2. Alright. RPM is doing good. Yeah, I don't understand. I wonder if it's a bug. Again, we got resupplied. And these new jets, since we got resupplied, have been nothing but trouble. Last one had a hung start. This one started fine, and then all of a sudden the engine just caught fire. Alright, 25%. Throttle is out of the detent. Fuel is being introduced. And we're just watching the internal temperature of the turbine, which seems to be tracking fine. 45%. JFS turned itself off. Yep, JFS is off. 60%. 65%. FTIT is about to hit 700 degrees and settle itself out. We have oil pressure. We have hydraulic pressure. Start looks good. Okay. Yeah, everything looks fine. Temperature's holding. Oil pressure's holding. Right, and then we're going to get the EPU safety pin out. We're going to probe heat. Okay, engine is not hot. Going to test the annunciator panel, which, there we go. Leave that on. Fire, engine fire, overheat, annunciator panels, sensors working fine. Low oxygen, Right eyebrow working fine. Waiting for that to extinguish. There it goes. All lights.
Altitude. Warning. Jammer. Counter. Chaff. Flare. Low. Out. Lock. IFS. Caution. Bingo. Data.
Okay, good. Gonna reset the Flickus bit, and then we're gonna start the Flickus bit test. No, not the test. I'm looking for Flickus. So we're just gonna wait to make sure that the bit test passed. Reason why we're running this bit test is because it's making sure all of our flight control surfaces, as you can see, it's moving on its own. See? This is just to make sure that the digital system works fine so that when we're in the sky, none of that stuff breaks. So very important. Let's see, do we have... Okay, so we do have Flickus failures. We'll do the FAC. Clear the failures out. And it passed the bit test, as we can see. Good. Go back to the FCR. And it's still going through its bit test. And it's got 12 seconds left. INS is about to be aligned. And that's done. There's the test. We'll clear that out. Go to the FCR. So we're going to wait for the INS alignment before we load the data cartridge stuff. Get our lights on. Alright, now that the EPU is out, we'll go ahead and test the EPU gen. Alright, there it goes. Everything in the green. Turn that off. Okay, so we're still waiting on the INS alignment. We'll turn on the digital backup. DBU is on. We have the warning caution. We're just going to make sure that the control surfaces work with the digital backup. Okay. Turn the digital backup off. DBU off is extinguished. No warning on the HUD. And it still works. Alright, INS should be almost done. There it goes. Switch that to nav. Switch that to upfront controls. Go to the test page. Okay, still nothing there. Let's switch that over to the data cartridge and load. Yeah, we got everything for Link 16. Alright, so here we are. Data link, Link 16. Link 16 is initializing. Alright, just checking for the Link 16. Done.
Chalice 6-1, sunrise.
Okay, everything's done. Alright, things are looking good. We're in nav mode. We're going to go to COM 2 and type in channel 15 for intraflight. Then let's get our visor down actually so I can actually see a little better. Sunlight, pretty powerful. Return on the dial, right. That. Can I get the QNH? Because I forgot that last time. Okay, now I have to go to COM 2 for the tower. And let's get the QNH.
Gamble 41, Solson, Q, and page 3008.
Alright. So now we got the QNH. Barometric pressure. Go Go to IFF. So 3304. Alright, because on the backup for the IFF, the backup panel, it's mode 1 and mode 3. The first couple of numbers in mode 1, a couple of last numbers in mode 3, and then that's what I'm looking at right here. So here's mode 1, 33, and then mode 3 is 04. Well, 1204, but the last digits are what we're looking at. Okay. We're going to set the bingo to 2,000 pounds just to try to make it back to base. This will tell me when I really need to turn around and when I'm really low on fuel. The airplane will tell me. Let's see, so we did that. Let's go back to list. Let's press enter for the data link. Make sure that the data link has, alright, me, wingman, and the Devil 5 flight as well. So they're added. So let's go to miscellaneous RCL for the HIMX, and we're going to get the HIMX aligned. Sequence over. And then cursor 0. Okay. There. As we well know, we will finish the rest of it when we get in the air. Return. So we got 10 minutes to take off. Last couple of things to make sure of. Go to air mode, SMIS, so there's our slammers. Aim 9 for heaters. Back to aim 120s. The gun works. Let's go to storage jettison. Select our fuel tanks so that we don't accidentally drop our harms should we need to. Back to the HSD, set that up. Go to ground mode. SMIS page. We got the 2 harms. HSD targeting pod. Over here we have the FCR, but really we're going to need the, I think, the weapon page. So once we turn them on, the weapon page will give us the harm data. We'll turn it off simulator mode. We'll get this back to HSD. Actually, we'll keep this on weapon mode. Okay, MFDs ready to go. Got the QNH. Making sure I didn't miss any switches. We'll go to semi. We'll keep on chaff for now. We are ready to go. We'll ask the crew to get rid of the chocks, and then we'll tell tower that we are ready for departure.
Gamble 4, 2 shift, F-16. Request taxi.
Good morning, Gamble 4. You are number 1 for departure. Taxi, Delta, and then hold short. Runway 21 right.
Alright, 21 right. Taxi Delta. Wheel brake. Wheel brake works. Okay. Yeah, see, I don't know about this radar zoom business. Right, if I spawned on this side, that means runway 21 right is right up ahead. Well, hello there, tree. Right, don't see anybody. Alright, what do we got? Yeah, that's one runway 21 right. So 2 on right, and then taxiway Delta, as we can see there.
Gamble 4-1, contact tower for takeoff. Switch 35310.
Alright. We are going to go to departure next, and we're going to tell them
Mustang 3-2 on
we're
final.
ready to go.
Gamble 4, 2-shift, F-16s, ready for departure. Mustang 3-2, Soul Side Tower, continue inbound for runway 21 left. Gamble 4, hold short.
Alright. Again, we're Gamble 4. In me specifically, I'm Gamble 4-1 for this particular mission.
Mustang 3-1, Soul Side Tower, weight 150 at 1 knots, runway 21 left, clear for landing, jet gear down.
Oh, there he is. Now we're going to time compress because he's probably going to let us wait here for another, like, 6 minutes.
Mustang 3-2, Soul Side Tower, weight 150 at 1 knots, runway 21 left, clear for landing, jet gear down.
So there's Mustang. That's the flight lead. And then Mustang, whomever, he's coming in now. Alright, I've got what, 5 more minutes of time compress for sure.
Mustang 3-1, contact ground, switch to 27580. Mustang 3-2, contact ground, switch to 27580. Jaguar 7-2, final. Jaguar 7-2, Soul Side Tower, continue inbound for runway 21 left.
What did he say? Jaguar?
Jaguar 7-2, Soul Side Tower, weight 150 at 1 knots, runway 21 left. Clear
He's
for
trying to
landing,
say
jet gear
Jaguar.
down.
This guy can't say Jaguar.
Sentry 4-1, sunrise.
Gamble 4, Soul Side
There
Tower,
it is.
weight 150 at 1 knots, runway 21 right. You're cleared for takeoff.
Okay. And just to show you how smart the AI is, I'm going to line up on the wrong side of the runway today, on purpose. We get to just about where here. Alright.
Jaguar 7-2, contact
wheel steering
ground,
off.
switch to 27580.
And what do you know? Wingman knows where to go and not blow us both up. Alright, let's get out of here. Time for work.
Mudhen 5, 2-shift, F-16s. Ready
Airspeed's
for departure.
alive.
Mudhen 5, hold short.
140 knots, 50 knots, 60 knots. Let's start to rotate. And gear up.
Mudhen 2, 2-shift, F-16s. Inbound for overhead landing. Airborne.
Mudhen 2, Soul Side Tower, continue inbound for runway 21 left. Cleared for all right. Gamble 4-1, contact departure. Mudhen 5, Soul Side Tower, wait.
That's departure, and we'll tell departure that we are in the air.
Gamble 4, airborne, 2-shift, F-16s, 1000.
Gamble 4-2, on my way. 4, Soul Sun, departure. Fly heading 070. Resume on navigation.
Right, 070. and resumo navigation. They just gave us free reign to do whatever we want. I'm gonna go ahead and switch comms over to tactical because we'll be talking to them real soon. Alright, so we're going about 400 knots. Let's see if we can trade some of that airspeed for altitude and also see about
2 in position.
fuel economy. And there's Soshan Air Base. Alright, so 2 reported that they're in position. There they are. Turn off the formation lights. Alright, the layout makes sense now that I can see it from up here. Alright, we are 15,000 feet, still climbing. Target altitude is 22,000 feet. We are about 24 miles from our waypoint in an estimated 3 minutes and 24 seconds.
Dallas 6-1, midnight.
While we're up here, we are gonna finish the HIMIX alignments. We're gonna go to list, miscellaneous, and HIMIX, sequence over, dobber down, 0. Let's line that up as best we can, and press 0 to confirm. Oh, that wasn't the best. Then next for roll. And line that up the best we can. And press 0. Alright. We're going to make our climb just a little more shallow. We're almost at our target altitude. Just a quick fuel check, we're at 10,000 pounds. Alright, 22,000 feet, let's turn on autopilot. That's just going to follow our steer point path, and then I'm going to turn on the drift, or turn off the drift correction, so it's always center. So on norm, it kind of gives you an idea that it's pretty windy up here. We're getting pushed off to the right a little bit. Wind's coming from our left. And then turning this drift bit on just centers the HUD, so that the meatball and all the important info isn't shifted all the way off the side of the, of the HUD. Alright, so we're going pretty good. We'll decrease our speed, and then we'll do the old 7,500 gallons per hour. Yeah, it should be gallons per hour. It's about 7,500 gallons per hour. Actually, we can decrease that even more. I'm gonna go to number 5, cruise, and I'm supposed to be there at 2:45, but I'm gonna arrive there at an estimated 2:47, 2 minutes late, which is okay. And for link 16, looks like I don't have to do the IFF comms out, because here's Devil Flight, and they'll be waiting on us. Okay, so 8 seconds. I'm gonna go ahead and change it to steer point 3. We'll meet up with our friends, and then continue on. 3 minutes late. Kind of a lazy turn, but actually we can reduce our fuel flow just a little bit. We'll go to 5,100 pounds per hour. So we're kind of booking it. I know we're going to be there 3 minutes late for steer point 3. That's alright. Alright, let's turn off the time compress. I'm going to turn off autopilot for now. I'm going to go to steer point 4. So steer point 4, they want us to be there in about 4 minutes. So we'll make a fairly lazy turn to the right. Probably should have gone left. When the estimated time says, I don't know, 54 and 30 seconds, I'll turn right around. What? So they're at 28,000? Ooh, right? Am I reading that right? It says 28. 28,000 feet, that's... They're way out there. Alright, so 254, 30 seconds, I'll turn around, start the turnaround to steer point 4. Our holding point to kind of synchronize up. And try to keep my turn. Okay, I'm going to start the turn now. We want to be in front of them to clear the way. I was going to get a touch aggressive. Would you look at that? We'll be almost to the steer point to the second. Turn the autopilot off. So the autopilot, it's the pitch and altitude hold, and then the steer point select. So you can let it hold the attitude or hold the heading. But in this case, the steer point. We're going to time compress out.
Devil 5-1, package marshaled.
Alright, so there's the package marshaled call. We gotta do better fuel management here, because now we're gonna show up a little early. Well, it isn't, I guess, terrible. Still, that's 0.5. Time compress. Alright, so we'll be a little early, but that's okay. See if I can slow up just a little bit more. Again, I'm more concerned about fuel management, because we're already down to 9,700 pounds.
Devil 5 Central. Sentry 4, be advised, threat aircraft bearing 26536, 14,000.
Master arm on. We'll go to master air mode. We'll get our radar to look out at about 80 miles. So I think they're talking about this. A Su-27.
Devil 5-1, package departing push point.
Who are you? TMS left. Okay. Friendly, but I forgot. It's scanning all IFF modes, and the most important mode is mode number 4. The quickest one, and the one that's most common, so it doesn't have to go through every single mode to figure out if it's a friendly or not. It'll just go to the most important one, scan it. If it doesn't return a result, most likely it means it's a bad guy. If it does return a result, good guy. And again, if it doesn't return a result, it doesn't necessarily make them a bad guy, but about 90% of the time, bad guy. Nope, I want to time compress 4 times. Let's pick up the pace. I guess I'm slowing down too much. Alright, there we go. So what we want to be about 360 knots. Hello. AWACS, we're going to check in.
Sentry 4, Gamble 4-1, checking in.
See, this is what I was talking about. This is why I felt like this mission was gonna go straight to the toilet. How many airplanes do we have here? How many bandits? They're unknown fighters for the most part. MiG-29 here. And this is 80 miles out? No. It's about 50 miles out. What is this? We're gonna get intercepted before we go anywhere. We have a couple friendlies going out to intercept them though. I almost want to kind of be a little petty and let them handle it, and then I don't know. It is an opportunity to, I mean, destroying anything on the red side is a good thing. It helps us out. At the same time, bad decisions. Why? Where are they? Okay. Doggone. Okay. We're gonna go to Twiz. Up, I see flares.
Devil 5, Sentry 4, be advised, threat aircraft bearing 35537, 15,000.
Knock him up. Jamming. So we have two turning tail and running. Here's one that's coming in right now. With increased speed, we'll gain altitude to get a good shot. Ah, you jammed it. Broke lock. No good. One's turning back in, MiG-29. Right up ahead of us. It's turning around, turning around. I think he's turning tail. This guy, though, we're not gonna... I'm not sure the radar's gonna burn through his jammer in time. Okay, so he's turning around. Everybody else is turning around. Wingman hasn't even asked to go. So a couple are running away. This guy, however, is coming back. I'm really just waiting for the radar to burn. Oh, he's down to 4,000 feet, that's why. Is he going all the way down? Antenna down. A. So he should pick something up. There he is. What do we got? Come on, lock him up. Yeah, we're not going to get him. So we're going to increase our antenna elevation. And because they're running away, let's go back on mission.
Level 5 Sentry 4, the advised threat aircraft bearing 320261000.
So where's your steer point? Over here? Okay. Alright, so we have 2 new players coming in on an intercept course right now. 16,000 feet.
Counter.
There you are. Yep, they're trying to lock me up. But I got you instead.
Counter.
Let's press.
1, Fox 3 medium.
Counter. Chaff. Flare.
Let's beam it, because it sounds like...
Counter. Counter.
1, Pitbull.
Chaff. Flare. Caution. Level 5 Sentry 4, the advised threat aircraft
Yeah, I
bearing
know.
295
I got in Cat 1.
261000.
So what we're gonna do is run away for right now. Alright, so we basically gave him a warning shot to just leave us alone. And now I'm trying to see, so are they going to pursue? Or are they going to... They're going to be smart about this and break off. I'm going to go to steer point 6.
Sentry 4, the advised threat aircraft bearing 27531.
Man, yeah, I don't think they're going to...
2. Request permission to engage ground target. Bullseye 04083.
Yeah, go ahead.
Gamble 4-2, weapons free.
2. We'll go.
Yep, they're turning in. They're turning in. Let's lock him up. Locked up. Got him. And Fox 3.
Fox 3 medium.
Okay, Pitbull. I'm gonna go to air ground mode because that's kind of getting annoying. Smiz. I'm gonna turn the harms on. So again, we have basically told them to just back off. We got another one coming in on an intercept course. I don't know who that is.
Devil 5 Sentry 4, be advised, threat aircraft bearing 2,
Gonna get themselves
4, 5,
in trouble.
3, 6.
I don't know if we have a HAD. So nope. We don't have HTS pod. Actually no. Can we do... yeah, let's do harmless sensor.
Oh.
Okay, good.
Devil 5 Sentry 4, be advised, threat aircraft bearing 2, 2,
Okay, I
0,
see
2, 8,
SA2.
1000.
I don't see an SA3 site though. It's the base. So we're not looking for those.
Magnum.
Alright, number 2 got something. Alright. Well, heck, I'm still looking. See a bunch of SA2s. Oh, flat face, that's right. That's what we're looking for, flat face. Alright, I do have a flat face. So the sensor keeps getting turned on and off. But then I'm also finding that there is perhaps... Alright, yeah, I got nails.
Devil 5 Sentry 4, be advised, threat aircraft bearing 2, 1, 5, 3, 5, 1000.
How far are they? Within 30 miles? 20 miles? There he is. Can I get an exact location?
Counter.
I see ya.
Counter.
Okay, my jammer is like going crazy.
Counter.
Let's go to pause, flat face. And that's the general area that we're gonna send it to. So, Magnum.
Magnum.
Counter. Chaff, flare. Counter. Chaff, flare.
Somebody launch something at me?
Counter.
Go pause.
Counter.
Come on. And we're gonna Magnum.
Magnum.
Chaff, flare. Warning, warning. Warning, warning. Aircraft bearing 200-192.
Should have taken that a little more seriously. Let's see if looking for an explosion. Not sure if I'm gonna find it. Ah. Okay, so even though
Devil 5-2. Let's go home.
I somehow went MIA,
Gamble 4, Voodoo 2. Be advised, threat aircraft, bullseye 04962 2000.
let's see, so I got something, Gamble 42 got something, so we both got a good rating. We got a partial success. So what happened? So flat face by Gamble, and then another flat face by me. So it looks like a PL-12. I've never heard of that. I'll have to look that up real quick. So I know that AA-10A, Jammer took care of that one. But we were... Yeah, I knew we were going to get intercepted. There's too much aircraft activity. Kind of a lesson learned, sort of, to kind of stick with right around the front line until all air power is done, and to avoid trying to go too far into their territory. But in any case, okay, so I just scared them off with the AMRAAMs. I got 1 hit, 1 miss. Wingman got 1 hit, 1 miss. So the results, the debrief is the efforts have helped clear this pocket, this big pocket of all these SAM sites. To be honest, I think we should have been focusing more on the SA2s, but we'll see what ATO says. We'll see what missions get fragged for that. Otherwise, it's been a long time since I've been shot down. Not gonna lie. A little upset about that. And also, well, actually, I can't be upset because I clearly saw the RWR and I just chose to ignore it because I thought, the missile, I thought the jammer took care of it. Close quotes. I should never listen to the jammer because we don't even have a jammer pod in the ROKF. For the F-15, 1 air-to-air, and then the other one got rescued. So we saw the one that blew up and got rescued, and then I was next. Alright, lessons learned on that one. On the failure, take every single missile threat seriously, even though it's just blinking and not constantly telling you that there's a threat. And I'm going to look at a PL-12. Never been shot down by that before. Yeah, PL-12. It's probably going to be like, oh, it's one of those that's more advanced than the slammers. Let's go to tactical reference. Missiles. Oh, missiles. I think it's a radar missile. Yes, it is. PL-12. Whatever the heck this is. Okay. So that was the Chinese Air Force. We did get intercepted by the Chinese Air Force. Alright, considered comparable to the AMRAAM. Gotcha. And the Russian R-77. I may use the radar and data link. Okay, missile uses Chinese rocket motor frame. May have a passive homing mode used against... Oh! Okay, I see. Gotcha. That's kind of why it wasn't giving me the alert. So it gave me the launch warning. RWR said that there was something going on. But other than that, I guess it was super passive. To which I should have used more chaff and probably broke a lot harder and a lot sooner. And also, you know, pedal to the metal, full afterburner, dive. You know the standard procedure of missile evasion. I try to outrun the thing as best as possible. Thing is though, I don't know where that aircraft was. I don't know if AWACS, they didn't pick it up. Ah, whatever. So now I know, PL12. Now the R77. Oh, the adder. Gotcha. Now the Alamo. So this is what was fired at me first. The Alamo evaded that one. And then this one came in. Alright. Well, I guess I can't complain super hard because we got the SA3 sites done and destroyed. I wasn't sure if we were able to actually do that, but I'm super glad that got that done. Now let's take a quick look at the mission board. I spotted a strike, so it's only 3:13 Zulu time. We may have time. I'm not doing that. After the lesson that I just learned 2 seconds ago. No. Alright, so what other... That's too far. That's definitely too far. Let's see. That's too far. That's on the edge. I might try to go... I might try to do that one. Tar caps aren't really all that... Oh wait, no, this tar cap is actually right over the front line, so that's a good option. Alright, yeah. Here we go. That's a good... Is that the one that evaded us last time? What is it? I think it is. The 229th. They found them. And they're gonna come for him again. With what? Harms? No. Whoa, a scar! Yo! So a scar is basically like an interdiction. A vehicle interdiction. On what? Whoa. A self-propelled gun battalion is coming to the front, and they probably want to interdict it before it comes. What time is that one? That one's at 6:25 Zulu time, which is at about 3 p.m. Alright. I think I should be able to fit... I might be able to fit... Ooh, that might be cutting it close. I might be cutting it close. Let me check this out, though. What in the world? Those are GPS bombs. Yeah, you're gonna need a... Definitely gonna need a targeting pod. But GPS? I would do it if it was like a static. I don't think that they're gonna be static though. That's the problem. I have to think about that. Alright, so then we have a second scar on the front line. This one looks a little more feasible. Oh, just search for targets and destroy it. Gotcha. Gotcha. I thought it was just a straight interdiction. High enemy activity southeast of Chuksan town. Destroy or disrupt as much enemy forces in this area as possible. Those are the only vehicles. Alright, so if all else fails, we can do that one. What's the loadout? GBU-31s. More GPS bombs. Now the reason why I'm kind of grumbling about it is because it uses GPS coordinates to guide itself, so once you let it go, it'll just go to the GPS coordinates that's loaded into the computer for the Falcon. Problem is, if there are vehicles can move their GPS location, and once you release this GBU, it doesn't know that. So it'll just hit whatever the GPS coordinates are. That's kind of why I'm like, eh. Now, in all honesty, I can definitely just change the loadout. I'm just complaining that the AI isn't doing it for me. Alright. So that's kind of, I think that's the plan. I'll try another dead mission up here, because this is actually going to do more good in the long run, and this should be the focus to get rid of all the air assets or SAM assets on the enemy side. Now for intel, I want to see if so far. Uh-oh. Interesting. So the yellow went away, so I guess now, I think because now China decided to join in on this kerfuffle, that they switched from yellow to red. So as we look at this chart here, this nice little graph of how many aircraft the red forces have lost, and then there's the reinforcements on day 2. Now here's some small reinforcements for blue side here. Yeah. So the air is going to be kind of a battle of attrition for a little while, unfortunately. Or maybe throughout the rest of this day as well. What are the priorities? And I'm learning my lesson from last time to take over the priorities. So we're going to, like, for real, not send anybody out this far. Okay, so what I'm doing right now, this determines where the AI is looking to plan missions at. And, oh, that's just the battery. And this this nice little slider here gives the priority. Let's see, I'm trying to figure out where this is at. Right here? Okay, yeah. Actually, we can focus there. That's fine. And then we'll focus. We'll get a heavy focus here, a heavy focus here. So it's I'm kind of guesstimating. Actually, then we'll do just a small focus here. I'm guesstimating where these landmarks are for these sectors. Okay. So the strategic AI will try to start fragging missions in these spots. The types of missions, right now, SAM suppression is a high, air interdiction, close air support. Those are the 3 top priorities, just because we want to get rid of all of the, all of the enemy air, all the enemy SAMs, and then offensive counter air. It's kind of like the Oka strikes. It's not too much of our priority right now. Then strategic strikes, which kind of deals with command and control, depots, fuel depots, bases, army bases, and fire bases, things like that. Anti-shipping, nope. Defensive counter-air, not really a big deal. Reconnaissance, sort of a big deal, because we kind of need to know what's going on. And then target types, very self-explanatory for the most part. Right now I want to focus on armored units, which deals with the frontline stuff. Not really too much on the production, because not that big of a deal right now. It's so early. Radar, huge deal. Air defenses, huge deal. Airfields, aircraft, support units, still ground units, high priority. Artillery units, high priority. Infantry units, not so much. Naval units, not so much. So all of this helps the AI determine what kind of missions to give all the squadrons that are in the AO down here. Ooh, okay. So I'm gonna save all of that. Excellent. And I think I'm gonna end the video there. I don't have much else to say or update, but I'm still just kind of irritated. I got shot down. That's all. All right, until next time, I'm signing out, and I'll see you on the next one.